Welcome to Global Eat, the Global Eat and Travel Network featuring food connections to people and places. I'm Agnes Cheung. Our special guest today is corporate travel consultant Hana Talimalo from Maritime Travel. Welcome, Hana. India has progressed from a popular hippie and backpacker hangout to a vibrant destination oozing with fascinating cultures, nature, and history, exhilarating even the most discerning and jaded global traveler. Hana has just returned from a memorable trip to India. She was totally amazed by what she saw and experienced.
Oh, you love India. They will love India and the food.
How long were you there on the trip?
We were there for 12 days. Well, we did the triangle. You go Delhi, Jaipur, Agra, and back up to Delhi. So we started in Delhi, and we stayed in the Metropolitan mid-price hotel. Interesting surroundings. It's like you come out and you're right into the main streets, and there's like excitement, there's cows, there's goats, there's people, there's markets. But then what we did after we sort of got back to the hotel, we had free time. Then we just sort of explored, because there's like little stores around the corner. And we all went in numbers. Like we go, as I said, our group was all women. There was one guy, and it was one of the girls brought her son with her. So the highlight was seeing the tiger in the wild, because you can go on these safaris, and then of course the Taj. I mean, the Taj is just incredible. There's so many historical places. The country is old. I mean, it's like China. Right. Because it's like any of the things, the places in Asia. They have all these national parks because the tiger basically is so endangered.
Yes.
They don't have as many. And the thing is, Agnes, they don't go in group like a pride of lions and all that. They basically live on their own. They will only get together when they are in heat. And then the male will seek on the female, and then once they mate, if the female doesn't get pregnant, then they will just go their separate ways and meet again when they're in heat, and that's it. And so, I mean, I've read a couple of reviews with these people, and they go to India, and they go on a safari, and they never get to see a tiger. So we were very lucky. It's that time of the year that apparently they start to come out, because it's really hot. We were there early April to mid-April. So we started in Delhi, and then we took a bus. Like, we had our own, you have a coach, and like my group that I'm sending next April, they're doing 2 to a car, because they, each couple want to do their own thing on the drive. They want to stop. Yeah, instead. But our guides were awesome. And then we waited 2.5 hours before the beast decided to come out of the grass. And you'll see some of the pictures out of the grass.
Right. What's your experience traveling with a group of women?
It's very safe. And as long as, we got along. You don't want to go out on your own. Like, we all went in groups if we wanted to go to a restaurant that the hotel people recommended. You can go in a taxi, or you can go in one of those tuk-tuks, right?
Was it expensive in India?
No.
Very affordable?
It's very, very affordable.
How would you say, in terms of food-wise, let's say, say a bowl of noodle here would cost around $7. How much would it cost in India?
You know what? It probably cost like 100 rupees or $2. So it'll be like a couple hundred rupees, and it's very inexpensive. Then we stayed at the Trident in Jaipur, and that hotel in Jaipur is one of the old British hotels. So you can still see the rooms. And you know what, Agnes? Each room in most of the hotels that we stayed in, they all have outlets for North American, you can plug it in. You can charge it in your room. I would love to go back, because I would try more food. And also, I would love to go to another part of India. But the country itself, it's the people. You know what it is, Agnes? You know how we get road rage if somebody cuts in front of you? In Delhi, they have lanes. Nobody sticks to a lane. What you do is like you move into the space. Apparently, they never use their rearview mirrors. And when they want to pass, they honk. You'll be hearing all these honks. When we got back to Vancouver, I'm thinking, I'm missing something. That's because you don't hear any car honking. Because they honk, it means they're coming to your right, they're coming to your left. They basically overtake anywhere there's space. So, my experience was like, I went there thinking, oh, geez, I've heard that it stinks and this and whatever. And, I mean, they're perfect. You can smell a little bit of, like, maybe the ditch, it's filthy or whatever. It's not the cleanest place, but Delhi itself is cleaning up. And they've got a brand new drain system. They're building well. And they actually, the other thing, Agnes, on the drains in Delhi, this is all the new, and they're using, it's almost like our metro. It's above ground. But what they have now, they have cars that are women only on the train.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah. Some there's temples when you have to take your shoes. A lot of them, like when you go to the Taj Mahal, because it's Muslim. But they have all these shoe things they'll give you. You don't take your shoes off. They give you like a little, how you see the hospitals, you got that just to put over your shoes. And it's just a disposable thing. And Ranthambore is where the safaris are, where the national park is. The biggest national park that has the most, that boasts of having the most tigers, if you want to see. And the thing that's really, like with India, the thing that makes the tourist industry boom, like literally boom, is the e-visas. The e-visas are so easy to do, and you get confirmation. Like I got confirmation like in 24 hours. And it took me maybe a good half hour, like maybe 30 minutes or so, 30, 40 minutes, just to fill it out online. And you just do it all online, scan the passport, put your picture and all that, and everything else. And I come in the next morning, and there was my visa approval. Yeah.
Oh, excellent.
So it makes it so much easier. And the spices, in spices I mean, like, oh my God, there was like coriander, fresh coriander for breakfast. You see, when you go have your omelette, most of the breakfast food is like a whole buffet. And they'll have chicken out there, they'll have all sorts of stuff. There's no beef whatsoever in Delhi. Or most of India, there's no beef. There's lots of chicken and fish and lamb. And then, of course, mostly vegetarian. I mean, there are eggplant dishes and asparagus and all that sort of stuff. It's just awesome. Like, the food is really good. And not only that, there's people when you go out into the suburbs, and that's the other thing, the colors. They're so beautiful and colorful. There's bright reds, bright greens, everything. There's these 4 or 5 women out in the field, like working in the middle of the day, and it's hot. And they dressed in the most colorful saris and headdresses you've ever seen. And they're all in their bangles and their jewelries.
Awesome. Well, I won't hold you, Hana. Again, thank you very much for sharing about your trip. If you need help while traveling in India or planning your Indian trip, call India Tourism 24/7 toll-free helpline at 1-800-11-1363.